You can cane them, you can beat them because against the law. You can't scream too much because your next door neighbor is listening. I had issues with childcare.
Just one baby, and look at my eyes. I look so tired. I look so stressed. Sometimes you have to wait for 1 hour before the next bus.
Because I was shocked.
Back in Ghana, you were a senior nurse back in Ghana, and then moving to the UK to become band 5 with somebody like Nanelle who just completed uni. How does that make you feel?
So to say the truth, it's a bit disheartening when you. Oh, that's funny. So I was depressed every time I went to work. I have to really calm down and, in quotes, pretend you don't know anything.
NHS pass written there.
Hi guys, welcome once again to my YouTube channel. My name. You said it before. Hey, stop that. Hi.
Hi, Nanelle, how are you?
I'm so good, and I've missed you so much.
I miss you too.
It's been a very long time. I'm so happy I'm seeing you today.
I'm happy to see you too.
Yeah, looking very good. How are the children and then our husband and everyone?
Everyone is doing well by the grace of God.
We thank God.
Yeah. And you?
I'm doing well. I'm doing well. Thank you for making time for me. Okay. God bless you. Guys, so if you are new on the channel, my name is Nanelle. Today I have here somebody very, very, very special to me. She's Priscilla. If you are very observant, you may have seen her picture on my channel. I posted her picture without her permission several times.
You owe me
without her permission several times. I usually post there when I'm posting pictures of myself at the airport, like the very first day I came. She actually came with me the very first time. For her, she had traveled so many times, so she helped me out. The company we were working for paired us together. She made my journey quite easy and everything because she was used to traveling and it was my first time, and I came with her the very first day. Apparently we're working for the same company but different branches, let me put it like that. So she was an outskirts of Belfast. We were all in Northern Ireland obviously, but then she left quite early. Today we are going to ask her all that. She left the care home to the NHS, and now she's back in a care home. We are going to ask her everything. And then she's lived in Northern Ireland, and then she's lived in England. That's where she is now. So today we're also going to ask her about, the difference. Does she regret leaving and all that? And she was a senior nurse back in Ghana who had to become band 5 nurse in the UK. We'll ask her how she feels about it and everything. So I don't know how to start. So please, just a brief introduction. Help me out. Just a brief introduction of yourself. Something about you and your nursing career. Just brief.
Okay, right. So just as Nanelle said, I am Priscilla, Ohinia Samoa, but most of my people know me as Ochidako because that's how I was known in Ghana. I have been a nurse. This year, God willing, will be 20 years post-nursing degree.
Wow. By the way, you don't look like you've been a nurse for 20 years.
You see, by grace.
You look like you've been a nurse for the same time that I have been a nurse.
It's by grace. Yeah. So I'm originally from Ghana, trained in Ghana and University of Ghana, and from 2002. I have been through the different fields of nursing research, emergency nursing, through all the phases of nursing. And I found myself here, like Nanelle said, in 2018, we came in November, just to start life in the UK because I am a travel person. I like to travel. I like to experience things. So I decided to, why not go and have a feel of how it is to practice in the UK as a nurse, international nursing. And hopefully the ultimate goal is actually to go to the UN. But to start somewhere and get the international feel of it. So we came in 2018 as RN in the UK, and that's us up to now. We're still here, trying to find our way up.
No, let's start from back in Ghana. You were a senior nurse back in Ghana with all these things you've mentioned. And then moving to the UK to become band 5 with somebody like Nanelle, who just completed uni. How does that make you feel?
So to say the truth, it's a bit disheartening when you start because back home I was a principal nursing officer. I was managing one of the branches of our hospital. So you can imagine going through the system for close to how many years, like 17 years, 16 years, and then you have to start fresh like a school graduate. It wasn't easy, to tell you the truth. It wasn't easy. But when you're in for something, you have to humble yourself to succumb to all the rules and regulations, which I tried to do. But by the grace of God, going through the system, it didn't take me much time to rise to a senior level because they considered my output and my CV and everything. So I was pushed up earlier in the ladder. Within 1 year, just before 2 years, I was pushed up the ladder. So it wasn't easy to start, but I think by the grace of God, it went through. It depends on your output, your work, how you work, and how forceful you are through the system. You get to the grade that you deserve.
Okay, so would you encourage people that have also like so many years of experience and then they are contemplating whether to come or not? Would you encourage them to come? Do you think it's worth it?
In the end round, it is worth it, but to start, I tell you the truth, it's not easy because you have to really calm down and, in quotes, pretend you don't know anything to learn. Tell you the truth, the system in Ghana is different from UK. There is a lot to learn. Even with all my years of practice, some of the things I had to learn from scratch.
Yeah.
There are some things we don't have in Ghana. We can't just compare. There's no system for comparison. It's basic nursing, we understand, but there's a bit more when you come to the system in UK. So you have to come low to learn, even from your juniors, to learn from them, get the skill. And when you do get the skill, for here, they actually respect the skills you get, like the competencies. They do respect the competencies. So when you do get your competencies, you will be able to handle anything here in the UK. But until you get it, forget about all the competencies you have in Ghana or outside. Just slow down and be ready to learn. If you are ready to learn, you'll go far. So it's not, you have to humble yourself if you want to come and learn in the UK and practice as a nurse here. Take it easy.
I know you left the care home to NHS soon after we came. How many months did you even spend in the care home in the first?
Oh, that's funny. So the care home was, it was like a bump to me. Back in Ghana, we don't have such care homes. So I knew geriatric nursing was there. I had done a bit of it because in our wards you have geriatrics there. Yeah. But for this, it was a shocker. It was a shocker. I had to run for my life because it was too much. And being me, practicing in the major hospitals for a long time, it was a no-no. So I had to leave and find where I could flourish better and I could practice better. What I learned.
What was the main reason why you left? What was the main reason?
Because I was shocked.
You were shocked?
Because, yes, I was shocked because I was shocked. I was depressed every time I went to work. People going through the end stages of how to handle them for them to, in quotes, pass on to the next stage of life. I know there's death in nursing, but it was too much for me. Okay. So I had to sit back, reconsider all my plans and see where I belonged. Okay. It was one of the reasons why I left. The other reason why I left was I was in the remote area. I didn't know no one. I was stuck there. There was no help from anywhere. So I wanted a way out. Just come out or better still go back home. But there was no option to go back home.
Where you were. I remember. I don't want to mention the name of the place. Sometimes you have to wait for 1 hour before the next bus.
My God.
1 hour.
My God, tell me, it wasn't easy. It wasn't easy, but it was a learning process. It was a learning process.
Yeah. Okay, so fast forward, you went to NHS. How long were you in the NHS for?
So I was in the NHS for close to 2 years, 1 year, 8 months. And I had to also leave there. But not by my will or wish.
Were you happy with the NHS when you went?
Yes, I was happy with the NHS. The only thing I wasn't happy with was the l'argent. The cash was not good, but all other things I was happy with. But for the cash, I wasn't good. But there was a way to go around if you really needed the cash. But I was happy there.
You were happy there. You had the job satisfaction you wanted.
Yeah. There was job satisfaction. There was training. There was support. There were so many things I didn't know before that I actually learned from NHS. And that has actually enlightened my service in nursing. Yeah.
Why then, after all these nice things you're saying about the NHS, Why then do you go back to a care home?
That is a big question.
Yeah.
So in life, you come to a stage when you have to weigh your pros and your cons. The
Okay.
reason for your coming into this country, what's important to you in life. So as a nurse, you want to learn, you want to better your career, you want to be in the prime of your career. But as you grow, you realize that family first. And so sometimes you have to make sacrifices for the family. I had issues with childcare. As you know, I'm here alone with my husband and my 2 kids, and it's not easy with childcare.
Yeah.
And where I find myself in England, it's difficult to come across people who are ready to help you unless you are ready to dish out some money for the nanny agencies and all that, which I wasn't ready for with the pay I was getting from NHS. So I had to think through, stop. Sometimes I have to stop and start again. So we thought through as a family and we decided, okay, for going to the NHS, just let me tell you, I was in the medical ward. And guess what? I was doing geriatrics. So why
Yeah.
not? If I'm treating the geriatrics in the hospital and childcare is an issue, and I go to the care home, which is close by, and I'm still going to do the same thing which I was running from, why not go back? Because it was a bit flexible for me.
So
And
for those
luckily,
who don't understand, what makes childcare easier when you're working in a care home? What makes it easier compared to NHS?
okay, so let's start from the NHS. For where I was in the NHS, we did 7:30 to 8 p.m.
Okay.
every shift. And it was a 3-4-3-4. 3 shifts on, no, 3-3-3-4.
Yeah.
So 3 days a week for 3 weeks, and then the fourth week you're on 4 days.
Please.
So every time I went to work, whichever time I closed, it means I wouldn't see my kids when I come home in the evening because they'll be asleep. I know UK time, 8:30, kids are sleeping. So I don't see them. By the time I get home, it's almost 9 because I live far away. In the morning, I had to rush off to work. So basically, I wouldn't see them. I just say hello and off I go. So for the 3 days in that week, I don't see them. And then I get my man to do all the work. It means he cannot also go to work because he had to stay home. But you and I know that one person fending for the family, especially with NHS pay, is not easy. So we had to stop and think. And then we decided, okay, how about we reschedule our lives, put our plans forward, and see what will help us within that space of time. And I think that was the best decision I've ever made. In the care home, speaking to the private sector, I spoke to my manager. I have my own schedule of time of going to work. So I don't go as regular as people go. I give them the days I'm available. And it's working so far. So why
That's what
not?
I'm saying. Yes. There's several
No.
couples in my care home. They will bring their partner's timetable.
Yeah.
Let's say the partner is in another job somewhere, they'll bring their partner's timetable. And then their timetable will be made, their rota will be made based on their partner's like off days so that they can
Mhm.
all, have time for their kids and all that.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's
For instance, I've managed to speak to the managers. We have agreed. So I work nights and my husband does days somewhere else. So days and nights, our rota is together. So we have time off for the family also together.
okay.
And then we have the times that we overlap. So let's say if I'm starting 7, he starts at 6. At least I get to do something, not leaving the child, because you cannot leave your children at home alone.
Alone.
And then you cannot be late for work. So at least we came to a compromise, and the timing is good for us. So I think for me, one of the reasons for leaving for the care home, aside going back to geriatrics, which I was doing in NHS anyway, is to get my family first. So now we have time as a family, we have time for the kids, we make time together, and it's building us socially. And I think it's good for to build your marriage that way also.
Happy as well as a mother that
I am happy. I can't complain. I'm happy now. I see them. I pick them from school. We are happy. We go to the park, and it's good for them. They see mommy.
Yeah. Wow, that's nice. Another thing, you were in Northern Ireland and then you left Northern Ireland completely to England. How big was the difference?
Oh my God! Don't say. I miss Northern Ireland though. I do miss Northern Ireland. One, because it was cheaper, apart from me being in the village, which I now miss because I think I love my peace now. I miss Northern Ireland. It was cheaper for me. But coming to England has also enlightened me, giving me opportunity to see so many things perhaps I wouldn't have seen when I was there.
Really? So I'm missing nothing.
A lot of fun, yeah. But financially, I'll tell you, Ireland is financially better. England is quite expensive, especially where I am, it's quite expensive. But
do you mind sharing how much is your rent in Northern Ireland and how much is your rent at the moment? Do you, if you don't mind?
I don't mind. So back in Northern Ireland, where I used to be, a 2-bedroom flat, it was a big flat anyway, was £400. And I started off here. My first time I stepped here, it was a tiny flat, £750.
Wow.
Now where I am is £900.
Wow.
So you can imagine, like twice or more.
More than
the price. That's just the rent. An empty house, no nothing. Empty square house. That's it. Yeah. Plus other bills, you can just imagine.
So should we expect you here?
So go on.
Back here in Northern Ireland? Should we be expecting you?
Well, you see, when you stay somewhere for a long time, it's so difficult to move, but never say never. You can never tell. Yeah.
So what is your advice for me? You know, I'm a new mom. My husband just joined me. And what advice would you give me? How can I manage my time so that I can make time? Because Priscilla, just one baby, and look at my eyes. I look so tired. I look so stressed. Look at me. Like, I'm not in my elements. No.
You're really trying, actually. Well done.
Like, what advice will you give me? Because I don't know what I'll do with when baby number 2 pops up. Like, I'm so stressed. Like,
I think we have to manage our time. When I got to UK, then I realized that there was no Ghanaian time here. You have to be spot on. Yeah. If it's 2, it's 2 o'clock. So because every minute counts.
Yes, I'm sorry for being late today.
It's fine. I understand. You're still Ghanaian, isn't it? So the timing should be apportioned. And I think with understanding with both spouses, you should be able to handle it. For me, it's working good for me because one is doing night, one is doing day. We have our schedules. When we are off together, we have the pickups and the drop-offs, and we know who is doing what. We help each other at home. We do help each other. When we are driving off, we know who is driving to where, who is driving to where. If you're doing the bus system, you calculate your time so you're not late. And then you need to tell your kids, especially when they are old enough to understand, so that they can also help. Yeah. Sometimes you need to prepare ahead of time. Let's say if you're going to school tomorrow at 8 o'clock, perhaps you have to start the night before. Get stuff ready. Because for me, when I'm going for night duty and the kids have to take pack lunch to school, I prepare the night before, stack it in the fridge. So they get up, they pick it and go, because it also delays time. So you need to plan your life. It's like a clock. There's never enough sleep. But have time for yourself. Sometimes you need a me time. Just have a me time. Take the kid to someone you love, someone who you cherish. Can you keep the kid for 2-3 hours? I need a me time. Go take a sauna. Go in the bath, soak yourself. Have a glass of wine. Unwind. Then you come back refreshed, because you can't do all on your own. It's not easy. We are not so lucky, like in Ghana, you get your aunties, uncles, everybody coming in to give you a hand. But we can do it. We can do it. If I can do it, everybody can do it. It's not easy though, but once you put your mind to it, and like I always say, you should try and get a social network, people you trust, to sometimes take care of the kids for you. Few hours will do. Few hours. Yes, after school, let them go and see friends you trust. Few hours, 2 hours in the playground, it does help you to get things done. Yeah. Don't say it's me, myself, and I. Me and my family alone. Okay. You'll be stuck. Everybody needs somebody. We are not an island. Yeah. So that's how I'm trying to get by. I might not be the best, but I have my own challenges. But that's how I try to get by. So far, it's working. If you have family members around you, are the best. You are lucky. But if not, in this country, everyone from every nation is your family member. That's how I do it. Yeah. But you need to trust people first.
Yeah, well said. Have you ever had to depend on childminders or babysitters at any point? Have you ever since you came?
So legally, no. Like legal as in getting a trained, registered childminder. No, because it was too expensive for me.
How much was it? How much
It
were
was
you?
£5 an hour.
Okay.
I couldn't afford it because
For each child.
yes.
For each child.
So
Wow.
imagine if you're doing, let's say, 6 hours a day. How long do we go to work? 12 hours?
12
How are you
hours.
going to pay that? It means you go to work and bring the salary to them.
Yeah, that's
No,
true.
no.
That's
It
true.
wouldn't work for me. I don't know. Maybe it might work for someone, but it wouldn't work for me.
Yeah.
So, for instance, when we needed childcare, when we couldn't have time for the kids, we just got a friend who was off duty. And then we give you a notice in advance, and then we post our kids to you for like 2-3 hours and go. But my friends understand. We do it each other, so they understand. Like, oh, can you go to auntie for 2-3 hours? And they are happy to go. But most of it, like 80 to 90% of it, my husband and I handle it.
Okay. What about raising kids? You know how you can discipline your child? Discipline. And here you have to be very careful. How are you doing it?
This is a very good question. So, being a typical Ghanaian, Akan raised in an attentive home. You understand where I'm coming from?
Understand.
Yeah. Both parents are the same. So you can imagine we are so strict. But here you have to make it a bit milder a bit. You can cane them, you can beat them because against the law. You can't scream too much because your next door neighbor is listening.
That's true.
We live in a box room, so everybody hears everything.
That's true.
So you have to find a way of going about it. And I would say by the grace of God, we've got children who listen. But sometimes children as they are, they go outboard and you have to straighten them. So for me, or for us, we use timeouts, taking the tablets from them, not watching TV. So you take the things that they like or they love, you take it from them. And it really, really pains them to use the Ghanaian English. It hurts them when you take such stuff from them. And so they straighten up. Sometimes you're not going you're not going to the playground. That's it. No playground for today. And then they'll straighten up because you can't be there, you can't do nothing. You can't let them kneel down like we used to do. Boho. We can't boho. So basically we're taking things from them to keep them straightened up, and then we talk to them whenever they are settled. We talk to them because my kids are a bit grown, so we are able to talk to them. This one that you did, this one you did, we don't do it like that, we don't do it like this. And I think they are kids, but they listen. If you speak in their kind of language at their level, they understand you. Mommy does not have money at this time. When we get this at this time, we'll let you have it. You cannot have this now, you have it later, or you're not supposed to have this at this time. And you explain to them the reason. I tell you, kids of this country, if they start speaking their English, and one days, and then it's like they're just rattling it off. My friend, just cool down and listen to me. Sometimes I just have to let them calm down and listen. And then you talk to them. Or else they'll be like the people here, like we say. They want everything.
I can call you when I need help, right?
Why not? Anytime, any day.
Yeah.
As far as I'm available, I'll pick it up. Why not?
Yeah.
So that's how I'm doing it. Yeah.
Okay. Wow. Well said. Thank you so much. Any final words? Anything?
What I would like to say is that coming to this country to practice as a nurse, you need to be ready to learn because there's a lot to learn in this country. Nurses in this country, you can make a lot of money considering the time and effort you put in.
That's true.
But just make sure you don't work for the government alone because you'll be working for HRMS.
Yeah.
You'll be working too much and paying everything to the taxes.
Yeah.
So be considerate in the amount of work you put in.
Yeah.
Have time with the family. And then chill. Have time for yourself. What is man? Enjoy UK. You came to enjoy UK. Have fun. Enjoy. And then those of us who believe in God, let God be the center of everything that you do. Yeah. No, I can never say that without saying God.
No.
Sorry.
I I really enjoyed the conversation, and I'm sure like the people watching us have enjoyed it as well. Thank you so much, Priscilla. Thank you.
Thank you so much, and I love your channel. Keep it up.
Woo!
Well done.
Tell them to subscribe. Tell them to subscribe.
Please subscribe to Nanelle Griselda's channel on YouTube, Facebook, everywhere. She's good.
Thank you so much. Bye
You're
bye.
welcome, darling. Bye.